this is trite to say, but shower sex, obviously a nightmare. Nobody likes it.
Obviously.
Yeah,
water everywhere in the wrong places.
It's
up
not
my
great.
nose.
Here's the thing. I have so much sex, it's the only time I get in the shower.
Welcome to Oops All Segments, the best podcast that's hitting your eardrums at this very moment. I am Kevin.
What's up, guys? I'm Thomas. I'm also here. Sometimes people pay me at the end of the show.
Not every guest has paid
So
you now,
far, I've made $30.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. But
It's a really high hit rate, and I
So
think
far.
our guest this week is going to keep that streak going
don't
strong.
introduce them by doing this.
That's
Don't
why I got to
force-
set up one of my favorite people.
Are you trying to get me to pay you to do this while being on the
Please
podcast?
don't speak until I introduce you.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Dana Smith.
No,
Welcome to the Oops All Segments podcast. Happy to be
This
here.
is going all wrong.
Last podcast, you might remember that I got
How could you know?
Thomas got paid about $10. This time we're gonna
15.
try and get him. We're gonna try and get Kevin to give him $15.
I did that on the first episode. That was how this started. It was me giving him too much money.
Okay, yeah. Now we're gonna try and go for $20, and we're just gonna see how far we can go with this. I am, of course, your host, Dana Smith.
Welcome to the show, Dana.
Thanks for having us, Dana.
Yeah, this is host/comedian Dana Smith. Does she live in Toronto? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. We don't know.
Thank you for fighting the good fight, Dana, and making sure that I get paid. This is a lot of work for me specifically, and it has meant so much that a lot of our guests have felt inclined to send me an e-transfer after the show just because they were so grateful to be on. So you can consider that yourself if you want.
No, absolutely. I do feel like now that I am a host, I will be asking Kevin to be doing that. But
Am
you
I
know
a
what?
guest now?
Yeah, you're the guest now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I've been
that's what I was
relegated to
saying.
guest.
Yeah.
So Dana, what's our first segment?
All right. I don't like running a podcast. Never mind. Make me be guest.
Well, I mean, the thing we usually do at the top of the show is just check in with folks. So normally I would lead off by asking Thomas, but I'd rather ask our guest, Dana. How are you doing? What's new?
You
in
know
your
what?
life?
I'm feeling okay. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in Toronto. We just moved here, and everything is different and weird, and internally, it's still Canada. It's
You've just moved there from
it's
Winnipeg,
not a huge
right?
culture shock or anything like that. It's just more so that I'm very anxious all the time because my entire life is different. But today's a good day.
Everything is different inside your head, which is much more
Exactly.
terrifying than things being different outside. So that's
Oh
fair.
my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Are the
that's fair.
people in Toronto really like that? Be honest.
Man, they all talk with this crazy accent.
I'm walking here.
Hey! I'm from Toronto! They all do that.
Everybody does sound like Drake out there. Wow.
Yeah, do people really call it the Six?
They call it the Big Dirty.
That's what they call
I love
me.
it. The Big Dirty. And Thomas, how are you doing? What's new in your life, my friend?
I puked on Sunday.
What?
Whoa, why?
That's right. All Hallows Eve.
Oh, okay, you were at a Halloween party.
Dressed as a scarecrow, drinking vodka. And
Oh, it was from
puked at
drinking. At
home.
first, I was like, that's the cutest thing I've ever heard. I thought that you were going to say that you puked from eating too much candy like a little baby boy. Oh, okay, no, that's...
I just couldn't stop eating Coffee Crisp. It's so good. And I know you might be thinking that's a Canadian chocolate, but I have a bag of them here anyway.
Oh my God, you smuggled
Can
them
you-
across the border.
Yeah. Was that because you brought them there or
It was
because
a
you
gift
ordered them?
from our dear friend Luke Cessalon.
Oh, of course. Luke is quickly
What's your-
becoming notorious on the show without even being on it.
What's your favorite candy bar? Oh my God, what am I, American? What's your favorite chocolate bar?
He's American now, so he's
I live in America, so either way works. I'm bilingual. I don't want to answer this because in our last episode we talked about our top favorite chocolate bars, and I feel
we talked about our seventh
it's
favorite.
redundant. If you're interested, Dana, I really encourage you to check out episode 3 with Freddie Clayton.
Yeah.
Okay. You got it.
But I like Cadbury cream egg.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I feel
so
like that's
good.
the most fucked of all of the
Like,
all of the chocolate
it is-
things where it's like, let's have one giant egg filled with sugar goo. Like it's sick.
It is like there's like when you're a young kid and you you eat the egg and you are like, oh, I'm gonna eat up this like sugary filling.
Yeah,
It's great, but as an adult, there's no like way to eat it that isn't entirely humiliating,
Entirely
except for
fucked.
just popping even the whole thing in your mouth looks ridiculous.
You're sincerely trying to tell me you don't like to bite a little hole in the top and like do a deep dive with your tongue, scoop all
I
the
do that
cream
on
out
first
at
dates
once.
all the time.
Okay, when I was a kid, that's what I liked to do because that is the only way to eat it. I
Of course.
I like things that are hard to eat. Personally, I do like things that are hard to eat.
Really?
It's just the
Crab
taste
leg?
of that is absolutely horrifying. It's just chocolate with the sugar's basically still in crystals inside
Yeah,
too.
it
You notice
is
that?
barely considered processed food because
Yeah.
it's barely been through a
Quartz,
process.
minerals. Well, okay, I'll say 2 things. Mini Cadbury cream eggs are a very good ratio. So maybe that's like the mature version of it, where it's
Okay.
like, oh, there's just a little bit of cream.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of cream.
That's the classy
Nice.
version. Yeah.
I forget
It's
what
also-
the second thing was.
Okay, yeah. But it's also, can I just also say, it's not cream. There's nothing, yeah, it looks creamy, but it's not cream. It doesn't
no dairy
taste
involved?
creamy. It's got, cream is all about the consistency, the texture, and the
Yeah.
texture of that is just fucked. It's disgusting. Ugh.
Fuck you, Cadbury cream eggs.
Yeah,
Dana's-
you wronged us. I do like the Reese versions of them, like where they put other things inside
Yeah.
of
Oh,
it. I'm not
sure.
against the egg as
because
a
it's difficult to
receptacle.
eat. That's why you like it. You're a fan
Yeah.
because it's difficult to eat, but you'd rather
Yeah.
the flavors be different on the inside.
Yeah, I'm
Imagine
talking ribs, chicken wings, lobster, all the things that make you messy and just
Yeah.
make you work for it.
You're
Oysters.
exactly the opposite of me. Like I hate eating with my hands. It's like, but my favorite food is like tacos, and I own a restaurant that sells hamburgers. But I just hate being messy when I eat. It's like it's all bad. I hate it all.
I like to say I'm a messy bitch who lives for drama, but
Right.
I was recently in Baltimore for the first time, and we got crabs, and with like the bay seasoning and everything. Do you
Okay.
like eating those? Is
Yep.
that good for you?
Yep.
I
That's not
I'll be
fun.
honest with you. I'm from the prairies, so I last time I've had crab was like I don't know, but I do know that I've had it, and I do know I liked it.
You
I don't
have to,
actually know if I've ever
scoop
had
out
crab.
the guts. Like there's all this like stuff that's not
Ooh.
safe to eat, and you have
Okay.
to break the shell, and it cuts your hands, and then you get the base seasoning in your hands, and the amount of meat that you get from each crab is so minuscule.
Yeah,
like,
fuck
But that's what
everything
makes it
about this.
better.
No.
That's what makes it better because you're like, wow, that tiny little bit of meat is so much better now because it's like
Yeah.
I worked for it. You know?
You
This
have to dunk, like, I remember dunking, like, a bloody finger in our big vat of melted butter that, like, we were all sharing because there's just, like...
Just
Turn it
spreading
into a rosé.
your hemoglobin across the table so that you can indulge in. Oh my God, that's horrible. I will never eat that. Whatever that meal that you just described, I'm never gonna have it. That's fucking
Crab.
horrible. No, never.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing this crab. It was crab.
Is it
that
crab?
meal.
That meal, whatever that crazy foreign shit you just talked about is.
Can
I
I,
will be happy.
okay, quick story, though. When I was a kid, some
Yeah.
people that know me well know this. I loved crabs. They were my favorite animal. Like, they were so important to me. And because my mom's last name is Steele, when I was like a little kid, they changed my name officially to Thomas Zachary Steele Tolles. I have too many middle names now, but my mom wanted to be included. Makes sense. And I thought as a kid, I can just change my name whenever because we just did it for my mom. And so when I started to love crabs, I started telling people that my name was Thomas
Crab?
Zachary Crab Steel Tolls. I had another middle name, which was Crab. And like I would write it on like school tests and like documents, and like someone had to intervene to tell me this was not my legal name.
To have two middle names and to add a third alone is crazy. To make that third crab?
Even
Yeah.
better if it was the crab. Add another one.
Thomas Zachary Steele, the crab tolls.
Honestly, the crazy thing is I think it flows really well. Thomas Zachary Crab Steel Tolls sounds awesome to me still.
When you say
I'm
that, it sounds like
that's such a
crab
cool
steel is
name, I
one
wish.
word. It's like crab steel is one thing.
Yeah.
If you ever have kids, will you name it crab?
I'll name them King and California Roll.
Their middle names will both be crab.
Yeah.
California crab tolls.
How long
anyway,
did that last for?
Yeah.
It's hard
That-
for me to remember because I was a child, but I think it was a few years where I genuinely thought it was my name, and then someone had to like correct me because I remember being shocked. Like, what? That's my identity.
I'm not crab. I think crabs aside, it might be a good idea to kick our show into segment mode, and
Segment
maybe
mode.
maybe you spin that wheel of segments,
Well,
Thomas, and we
Kevin, I
show
want to
them-
introduce a new segment to the show.
Okay.
The warm-up segment.
Oh.
So this is where we do a segment. It's the first one,
Yeah.
and it is a warm-up.
Right, but the segment it's not a segment in and of itself. You're just naming the segment
It is-
we do before.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a warm-up segment. So it's a segment we do first to
Yeah.
warm up.
Uh-huh.
Is it still part of the cast?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't think this is confusing. It's a warm-up segment.
Are you going to
I'd
spin
like
the
to
wheel?
introduce another segment, actually.
Okay.
I'd like to introduce one. Let's do what was your animal as a kid? Now, Thomas has already had his time. He was a crab. Like,
Yeah,
did you
just
have any
do this one.
animal that you were obsessive about?
100% kangaroo.
Oh my God. Kangaroo.
Kangaroo. 100%. Yeah, I loved kangaroos.
Was
I
it
think
after
mostly
seeing
because
Kangaroo
my name is Kevin, and a lot of the exercises in school would make you stupid like anagrams with your name. And K,
Yeah.
there's not as many words that start with K.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I thought it was cool to write like knife. I remember I once spelled
That was gonna be
chaos
my
wrong
animal.
with a K. It was like chaos because I thought that was like a cool fucking word. But real shit, kangaroos.
When the Mortal
hold it
Kombat
down.
games came out, that must have been exciting for you.
Oh yeah, I love Mortal Kombat because they've repurposed my name everywhere. It was wonderful. But what about you, Dana? Did you have an animal that was like?
You know
your-
what? This is a bad segment. I don't have one. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought it up. I didn't have one. I didn't have like one animal. There was a lot of kids that I surrounded myself with where it's like they just decided to have that as their identity. I had one friend who was a manatee. She was a manatee lady.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a choice. That's
Yeah.
a bold choice to be like. That's what I want to be associated with because when I was younger, that would have been really insulting a lot to people to. Yeah,
Well,
like
I think
they
it
called like. This like people who have animal obsessions when you're in school always get insulted. I feel like it doesn't matter what you're into.
Do you guys believe
Yeah.
that as you get older, you sort of find your animal? Like, for example, my girlfriend's mom has a shitload of frog stuff. Like, everywhere she's got, like, frog gifts, little frog-themed, like, kitchen utensils and stuff like that. And I feel like as you age, you have to sort of choose your animal so everyone
My mom
can
had
get you.
butterflies everywhere in the house, so I get that. But
The thing is that it's like-
imagine if they were manatees. Like imagine sculptures
Yeah.
of manatees. That's
or like
crazy.
huge posters of manatees everywhere.
Yeah.
Honestly, we were at an age where it's like just knowing that there was an animal called manatee made it your animal because like she knew before any of us, and so we're like,
and that,
that's the manatee.
truthfully, that I get. I felt that
Yeah.
way about kangaroo because it was like weird, right?
Yeah.
So you're like,
It's
oh, I
kooky.
know this because manatees are unusual, right? They're like sort of whales and like, but they're also
Sea cows,
strange.
yeah.
Yeah. So I get it.
That's probably why I picked crabs too. I mean, they're obscure. No one's like, whose favorite animal is a crab? It's ridiculous.
Did people start giving you crab gifts, like or kangaroo gifts or something like that? Because that's what happens to moms. That's probably why your mom has so many butterflies and your mom's friend has like
'cause
so many
people who-
frogs because people
Yeah,
start
they're like,
being
"Oh, I don't know what to get
she
you."
loves these.
Yeah. It's like
I don't think I did get any gifts that were crab related.
That's interesting.
Except for from my girlfriend.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Let's
go. Let's do the warm-up segment.
That was the warm-up segment. The warm-up segment is just the first segment.
What the?
Dana took it from me.
I'm sorry, I took it.
Spin the segment wheel, Thomas.
Do a regular ass segment. All right. Woo! Segment is 78.
78. Oops, all segments number 78. Sitcom pitch.
Ooh.
Think of a sitcom and pitch it. This one's very simple. So we don't have to jump to too many hoops. But yeah, sitcom pitch. So we have to come up with a sitcom together. I think we should probably use this animal sort of focus here for our
what
idea.
if there's a depressed horse who works in Hollywood and he's like got a drinking problem, he's friends with humans, but there's lots of animals too.
Right.
And Lisa Kudrow's in it.
Yeah. And like Ben Schwartz does a few episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we did it.
Yeah, we did it.
I think that is a fun, or maybe not a fun thing. What do people think about like the depressing cartoon? Like cartoons for adults that just make you feel like shit. It's like a new genre.
Not for me. No,
like,
I like Bob's Burgers. I like Bob's and that's not depressing, but
I would say that's like it sort of feels a little wholesomer, right? Than some of these other things.
And I love Rick and Morty, but that's not maybe it is depressing. Maybe there's depressing parts about it, but it's like I feel like what's it called? The one that we were just talking about, BoJack Horseman. Yeah. That one is more depressing to me than Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty's more adventure based.
Yeah. Rick and Morty's like chaos comedy.
Yeah.
And then also it has that weird like existential part to it.
There's the whole sci-fi thing. Yeah. But I think
it seems like Rick and Morty has like turned a lot of normal people into like evil people, which is an interesting thing we didn't expect. So I would like our sitcom to like radicalize normal people somehow. That's my
okay.
We each have like one thing we really want to bring to the table. I want like it to make our society worse. Somehow.
So in that though, like what do we think it is about that show that makes that happen? So like in my opinion, I think there's like that elitism that
distrust your friends and loved ones. Like the more you watch it,
Rick and Morty.
No, the show that we're pitching.
Our show. Maybe Rick and Morty too.
Maybe Rick and Morty. Yeah. But I want like you see the show and you're like, this is good. But like over time, it like seeps into your interpersonal relationships and you start to like look at people kind of with a paranoid eye.
Yeah, I mean, because I think we have to like make people trust the character so much, and then also be like, but this is also true. They also did this now, and it's true. And then, but we have to do it in such a way that it's so believable for their character to have done that. You know, it can't be so out of left field. It has to be like earned. And then so now they believe that anyone would do that. All of their friends and like, oh, I love this.
Yeah. I think maybe if we are running down this animal route still, which we don't have to, but I think we should.
We do.
And I think the way to achieve that then is like, you know, there are certain animals you can trust. And maybe the animal behavior that happens is what like how wild someone is based on their animal. Like, you know, you want to be able to trust your friend who identifies very closely with a kangaroo, but if they start hopping all over the place and boxing you to death, that's not great, right?
That's not fun.
It's interesting, the trust thing with the animals, because I feel like you can't trust any animal. There's no animal that you can trust, and they don't want you to either. You know, they don't give a shit. They're not there
dogs.
for you to trust them.
No.
So I like that.
Do you trust your own dog, Dana?
Like, she's still a dog, you know? Like, yeah, I don't
like you know that your partner was walking with them just now, but you don't know what they did. You don't know where they went. What they spent their money on.
Is that what you're saying? You're trying to tell me that my husband is cheating on me with my dog?
No.
I guess it's possible.
And that's the
Wait,
dog's
this is
fault.
the show.
I can't.
This is the show. Is us trying to convince the viewer that their spouse is having sex with their pet. Every episode features a storyline where it's like, oh, it's just a couple people and there's some animals around. But by the 21-minute mark, they're fucking. And you're like, wow, this does kind of happen a lot.
I think that, yeah, we have to come up with like every single time the viewer's like, there's no way that they're going to do it this time.
Yeah.
There's no freaking way. And then it has to be like inevitable by the end.
Yeah.
It's like Oedipus Rex. Like each time your hubris is, I'm definitely not gonna. I'm not gonna sleep with this slug. There's no way. But then by the end, you're not just excited. You're like jumping up and cheering when they
How I
finally
Met Your
get
Owner.
off. It feels so right.
Yes! Yes! Season finales have bars packed with people just chanting.
I have the title for our sitcom:
Yeah.
Heavy Petting.
Oh,
Oh.
I
that's
like
very
that
good.
more. I was thinking just Oedipus Rex because Rex could be the name of
That's
an
also
animal.
good.
It's just Oedipus on a dog bowl. It's like, yeah. It's somehow cute. Okay. Well, that was our warm-up segment, which is
No, it
really
was not our warm-up segment. Dana did the warm-up segment. How do I make this clear to everyone? The first
doesn't.
segment is the warm-up segment. That was just a segment. That was segment 2.
It's on the show, so it's weird that it's a warm-up anyway, Thomas, because it's on the show.
We gotta warm up. That way we feel loose for the later segment.
It happened at like 10 minutes in.
Okay.
It just-
I feel like I'm tightening up the more this goes on. So.
Okay, let's. I believe you have a segment for us, Dana. Is that correct?
Yeah. So my segment is called shower shits. I hate that. I'm so sorry. I couldn't think of a better name, but I wanted it to be. There's some alliteration. There's a lot of power in alliteration. But I just
love
want
shower shit.
Okay.
Shower shit.
What? Tell me about your shower routines, but also, can you remember a time that you've done a crazy shower story? Or I don't have a crazy shower story. What's the weirdest thing you've brought with you into a shower?
Okay, I like this segment. My partner will tell you I love showers. Showers. My happy place might be in the shower.
What about baths? Anyone baths?
I'm a big
Kevin
bath guy
is a
too.
big bath boy.
How? You're not a small man, Kevin. You're not like a petite guy.
No, I don't. Truthfully, I do need to get a bigger, better bath. But I have a regular sized sort of built-in bathtub, and I fit uncomfortably in there. But I started taking a lot of baths when my anxiety got really bad last year, 2 years ago, some point in the pandemic when we all realized that mental health was a thing, if we didn't already know. And so I found baths to really kind of like help me with that. But then I started I was like taking Zoom calls from the bath, and I would do, I think I don't know if I did a Club Soda show from the bath, but I definitely did like a Club Soda like hangout from the bath once. You guys like all called.
We played a lot of like code names online while Kevin was nude and dripping wet.
Yeah. I find it gives me a little bit of an advantage for my opponents to know I'm naked when I play games with them.
It's intimidating.
Yeah. But
Kevin, I imagine that you have a very detailed hygiene routine. Is that correct?
Yeah, like
Are you calling him fussy? Are you saying he's a fussy boy?
I am a bit of a fussy boy. No, you wouldn't really be able to tell these days because I'm trying to grow my hair out. So I don't feel as like tight and well kempt as I usually do. But yeah, no, I usually like have like a pretty diligent beard oil routine, and I shave off the loose hairs of the beard, and but I used to curl when I had my mustache that I curled. That used to take me a long time. Like it takes me way longer than Kara to get ready in the morning. She takes her like 15 minutes tops. Takes me like an hour. So for like anything special. So the answer is yes. But showers, to tie it back to the segment here, I need to mention that I covet showers so much, but also I'm so focused on not getting away from my phone for work that I have a device that I put my phone in the shower that protects it, that I can still use it and hear it in the shower.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's like a thing you can buy on Amazon. That's just like a thing, and you put your phone in, and it's like a protective case. And then I can still use it in the shower. I can like take calls, receive calls. I can do whatever I want, watch things in the shower.
Is there anything you don't do naked?
Yeah.
You're conducting business.
I just stand up and my
hanging out
dick's
with
just
your
out.
friends.
It kind of seems like you want everyone to be picturing you naked. Like, truly, it does seem like that, because if you're like, don't worry about it, I won't show you, but I just know that I am naked during meetings and in the shower, because people have to know that you're in the shower when they call you, and just like, don't worry.
Is the water running and you're like conducting a like Indeed job interview? And
is it not stranger for me to be in the shower without the water running during a phone call?
You're just fully clothed, sitting in the shower, taking calls.
Hi there. If I just did the show from my shower, that would be insane. Just
imagine though
but
how different the movie Psycho would have been if she could have had her phone in that shower. Like she would have been fine.
Yeah, that's all she needed was a phone. That was the big problem with the movie. What about you folks? What are your shower routines like?
No, we haven't heard about your shower routine though.
Oh,
Sorry. Obviously, I'm not as fussy. I'm not a fussy lady. When it comes to hygiene.
I like that you said obviously.
Obviously. Yeah. If you're watching this on video. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's true. It's because obviously I did just get out of the shower, and I got out of the shower, realized what time it was, and ran here, so didn't do anything, you know?
Sure.
And I feel like I'm just like freewheeling it in the shower every time, you know? Like
every time?
Yeah. No, isn't that crazy? I didn't realize that people have like ka-chunk. I mean, I definitely go shampoo and then conditioner. Like, I'm not
yeah.
But like mastered that part.
But like, it's the same way that I eat corn, where it's just chaos. Like, I'll eat one bite here, one bite there, one bite there. Like, it's not, people eat it like a typewriter. I've learned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't do that.
Yeah. I'm like Ernest Hemingway when I'm on an ear of corn. One line at a time, and I'm blackout drunk.
Yeah, but Dana, are you a typically organized person? Are you a little bit more of like a chaos?
I'm more of a chaotic person. But I also can't have my surroundings be chaotic. This seems chaotic, but it's not, because this is Toronto. This is Toronto living, and you have to see how tiny our friggin' our closet is. So we have to hang our coats on the back of the door. And believe me, I hate it. I can't have this. But no, I can't have my surroundings.
So your shower, is it organized?
Yeah. Like there's just, I don't like a bunch of stuff in it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just like willy-nilly loose. No, I don't like that. But so when I get in there, my process is a chaotic event.
But see, my thing is, the reason why I have a system is that I got to make sure I do everything. And the other thing is,
I guess I just don't.
Are either of you blind? You're like, I don't care. Sometimes that gets clean, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, water's running over it, so probably it'll get clean.
That's fair. I also can't see very well. Like, I wear contacts and glasses, so if I take them out, when I'm really blind. So in the shower, I sort of need a routine, because I kind of need to know that everything is in the same place, because I'm like really. I can only see my hand like this close to my face, like a few inches in front of my face. So like without it being super blurry.
Gotcha.
And I don't want to be grabbing like, you know, my partner's like other like the wrong product and putting it in.
You want to be grabbing her phone and making calls on her phone.
Exactly. And then suddenly I'm taking her Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
It's just rude. What about you, T? What's your situation?
I am curious of the two of you, if you have like one special item that like is in your shower that you really value.
That's a good question. I have this like silicone kind of scrubber thing that you put like your shampoo or conditioner on to apply to your hair, just to like help. I sometimes get dry skin on my head, so it helps exfoliate that. It's just like a thing I bought off of some stupid fucking Instagram ad once, but it's.
And you do it every time?
I would say it's like a 50-50. So see,
Okay.
I am sometimes it's
Uh-huh.
not always exactly the same. There's a little
Yeah.
bit of variety to my shower. Yeah, sometimes it's a Zoom meeting, sometimes it's just a a call. So, do you have an item that you're
No,
like-
nothing special in the shower.
Yeah.
There's one
It's
time I brought my
interesting-
coffee in there, and that was fun. But I put it in a to go, like a Contigo, so it was like
yeah.
drinkable. Have you ever had like shower beers before?
I have done the shower beer before.
I've heard
yeah.
of this.
Yeah.
It's
but I've
not
never
great.
been
Way
invited.
It's not
overrated.
great. It's not great.
Yeah, and we all know,
Not
like,
great.
this is trite to say, but shower sex, obviously a nightmare. Nobody likes it.
Obviously.
Very bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is-
water everywhere in the wrong
It's
places.
it's
Up
not
my
great.
nose.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing. I have so much sex, it's the only time I get in the shower.
Thomas is
So-
having sex right now.
I'm taking calls for work. I have a pretty basic shower routine.
Mm-hmm.
If they had a 4-in-1 bottle where it was shampoo, conditioner, body wash, and lunch, I would love that.
Lunch.
I can just hang out in there, get all my stuff done with one bottle. That would be great. I use like a bar of
Also, to
soap.
associate your shower time with lunch is the weirdest time to shower. Definitely the strangest meal to have attended to a shower.
I know there's like a thing about how white people don't wash their legs. Do you guys?
Oh,
like,
is that a thing?
I've heard that's like a stereotype. I do wash my legs, but I don't know that I'm always anxious that I'm not doing it well enough because like it's like that the focal points of body odor on my body are the bottom of my feet and my balls. Like those are the two like truly disgusting areas, and I get
Jesus.
so anxious about cleaning them. And then the rest, I'm kind of like, I think it's fine. Like,
I mean, the
water
soap
will
touched
run.
it,
Yeah, exactly.
probably.
Yeah, so
Oh,
are either
like
of you
a-
folks like a body wash and loofah type person? Like, do you guys just hit everything?
I'm
I
a bar
used
of
to
soap
loofah.
gal.
Yeah, I'm a bar soap guy too.
Soap guy as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're all soap folks.
Yeah, I'm a soap guy. The thing is that like sometimes I shave my legs, most of the times I don't. So I feel like
Like that's kind of a washing process of its own, right?
yeah,
With the
you have to put
lather
soap
and
on it
Yeah.
in order to do it.
Guys, I've got a bathroom update.
Ooh.
What?
I just got a new electric razor last week, which is... And that concludes the bathroom update.
Are you going to start shaving your legs with an electric razor now, Thomas?
I don't shave my legs, but I am shaving my face with an electric razor. And Kevin
Do you
will
use
remember,
also a straight razor? Or is it one or the other?
I'm hoping not to. That's why I got a new one, because I would like it to just be simple and quick. I'm still figuring it out, and the neck hair does get very irritated when you use a new electric razor, I've found. Because
Yeah.
it's difficult, like it grows in weird angles and all that stuff. But one time, Kevin will remember this.
I have
bought
actually the
an
text
electric
message
razor.
here. Hold
Okay,
on.
why don't you read it?
I actually found it. Yeah, I just found it right here. It's a text message from an old group chat between
And
you
give us
and
the
myself
date and year,
another
please.
friend. This is from 2012, August 5th, at 2:41.
Right after my birthday.
Yeah, at 2:41 p.m. You've messaged myself and Daniel, and you said, "Just opened my new electric razor, shaved my face, balls, and ass with it. Tried to take it apart to clean it, couldn't put it back together after. Returned it for a full refund. Hashtag thug life."
10
Wow.
years ago. And you still have this message.
Yeah, I kept it. I
It's
kept it
more
on my
embarrassing
phone.
for Kevin than for me.
It's more
Fuck you,
well,
guys.
it raises more questions, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah, when I said I got a new electric razor, I meant I went to a pawn shop and bought that one. From
You got that one back.
That was
Yeah.
actually answering. So, do you use the same electric razor on your face as you do for your pubes? Is that the same? Is that the same for men? I mean, not that
afraid so.
not that the women do that, but like,
So
is it-
I actually don't. I have an old electric razor that was bought as a gift that I subbed out to that territory. But truthfully, I am a handle things delicately with a straight razor kind of guy. Not like an old timey straight razor. That would be. Yeah.
Wait,
just
you're pulling like a Sweeney Todd razor across your ball sack?
Do you mow the lawn first, or are you mowing the lawn with a straight razor?
No, mow the lawn first, and then then you're weed whacking, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So you get fully clean. You're bald down there.
No, not bald. Just cleaned up
With a straight
around.
razor, you're doing like a landing strip.
No, there's certain places where you don't want. I'm just going to talk about this. I shave the hair off of like my shaft of my penis using a straight razor, and like the area around the balls.
Wow,
But,
that is
the base.
Very brave and and
I know.
Skillful.
That's why I'm proud of
it. And yet cowardly. If
this episode is mostly about my naked fucking body so far, which is weird.
Didn't want to know that. Like, I didn't realize that I didn't want to.
I didn't want to say it on our show. I definitely didn't want to say it on the show.
It's my fault.
Yeah.
But when you started telling me, I was like, no.
And now you're not going to be able to think of anything else when he's messaging you in his baths.
Yeah.
In 10 years, I'm going to bring up this conversation. It's saved on my phone.
I so badly wish I hadn't put this out there. God.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. I don't wish that I didn't know that. I'm happy that I know that. Thanks,
well, thank
Kevin.
you for not shaming me, Dana.
Dana Smith reports happy to know about Kevin's penis shaving.
This takes the headline under fuck Cadbury cream eggs.
New Toronto resident can't stop raving about Kevin's shave routine.
So brave. I am very brave. But yeah, so where were we on this shower routine?
I think we're moving on to another.
We're moving on. Do we want to spin the wheel?
I think we were satisfied with yours.
I know for such a solid fact that my mother's going to listen to this show because she's such a supporter of my stuff, and I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry.
You didn't say anything nasty. You just talked about your cleanliness habits.
You know what, guys? Shave your dicks. All right, shave your fucking dicks. Unless you don't want to, then don't. Do whatever you want, but be proud of the dick that you have, if you have one.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, that was really nice, Kevin. Really nice. Wow.
Oh, let's spin the wheel, Thomas.
Here we go.
Woo! Good God.
51.
51. That is going to be... relationship advice. Participants must discuss an entry from this relationship advice subreddit. Okay, that's easy enough. I'll just click.
Oh, great! So we get to discuss an already existing piece of advice.
That's
yes.
really exciting.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Okay, so I am going to. This one's got.
Find one that's hot.
Yeah.
You want one that's hot?
I just mean like hot on. That's how they organize Reddit. There's
like popular.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is organized by hot here. Let's go with I caught my wife lying and I don't know what to do. Oh, this is really long. Fuck that. Never mind. It's like way too long. I need to realize that there's...
Yeah, let's go for short and sweet.
Short and sweet.
But if you catch your wife lying, she might be sleeping with your cat.
Okay, this person started this off with...
petting.
This person started off by saying, I'll try to keep this short and simple. And it's only like a couple paragraphs. So here we go. So the title is My 23 Male Girlfriend, 22 Female, made some taunting comments about our sex life. I'll try to keep this short and simple. My girlfriend said a couple of weeks ago that she wants to abstain temporarily from sex because she's been having some conflicting guilt due to her religion. I was pretty hurt to hear this, but she's made it seem like it's temporary, so I'm not too worried. However, a few nights ago, we were cuddling and she was getting turned on by us cuddling and her underwear was a little wet. And she checked on her underwear and showed me and she said,
please talk about you shaving your penis again?
Yeah. So they have some sexual flirtations. This is really specific. And it's like, well, I bet she's sort of teasing him. She's like, "Do you miss this?" And he's like, "Yeah, I do." And she's like, "Well, you can't do anything about it." Shrug.
Oh my God.
And he's like, I felt kind of hurt to hear those comments from her because even the tone felt like a taunt and controlling type thing. It didn't feel playful. Even if it was playful, I still think it'd be weird of her to joke about that, considering how heavy the emotional conversation was a couple of weeks ago regarding her abstinence. I'm just curious if I'm overthinking this or not.
No, underthinking it.
Yeah.
He's underthinking it.
Yeah, the first top comment here says, "You're not overthinking it. It's an unfair remark to make. If she's having
I don't want spoilers on the answer.
Oh, okay. I thought we were criticizing the advice. We got it. I'm good. I think this is mean. Yeah.
Yeah, no, not overthinking it, certainly. Okay, sorry. You were going to say something.
No, I just think like I think it's coming like there's okay, so they kind of address it in the question. Like there's a playfulness to this idea, I guess, but there's nothing playful about it if it's just teasing, right? Like it seems like it's, you know.
It seems like she's trying to she feels maybe she's trying to normalize the fact that she's like feels really weird and vulnerable about having sex, and so she's immediately trying to make jokes about it before.
Right. And
it's like I get it. I get where the instinct comes from, where it's like I feel bad and I feel weird, so I'm going to make jokes about it. And yeah, it's probably just not inappropriate.
Yeah, it feels like, I mean, they're young, right? They're in their early 20s. I feel like they're like handling a pretty complicated thing. Being like, because you're just finishing coming out of this like pubescent hormonal like adjustment your entire teenage years. Sex is fun, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, I'm not supposed to be doing this, and I want to honor this. And I think they're probably struggling with it too, right? Like I think she's probably not having an easy time with it.
And like that's also she's obviously super horny. Like so like she's trying to like get off without getting off. You know?
Yeah.
Like straight up religious chicks can get it. I'm serious. Jesus, no.
Thomas.
I'm so sorry. I feel that, as you say, this is her trying to like have it both ways. She doesn't want to have sex, but she does want to like talk about sex and like
be sexually appealing and have like sexual romance.
Yeah.
This feels bad for you, but it is objectively a super hot thing to do. To be like, you can't have this.
Thomas is having sex right now. I was right. He's having sex right now.
It's not working, and you need to like communicate, hey, like, I'm sensing that you do want to talk about sex, but you're not comfortable like going all the way, and that makes me feel uncomfortable. You just have to set your own boundaries like she set her boundaries. I think that's really the solution here.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, that's the relationship advice segment. That was heavier than I expected it to be, and we got like nice and real with this person.
The more I thought about it, the more I was like, there's no way there's going to be any lighthearted relationship advice. People are going to Reddit with lighthearted jabs about they're there because they can't turn to anyone else.
Yeah, this is it's like, oh shit, my parents didn't guide me in this way, and I need a group of like-minded peers to help me. Okay. Well, that's that segment. Do we want to squeeze one more in here?
I think we peaked. Unless you think there's a really quick one.
I think
this is 43 minutes. That's like
you're right.
Episode length.
I believe this is becoming a tradition where I try to ask to add in another segment at the end because I'm scared that the last one was too sad. Now
the last one was beautiful.
The last one was beautiful.
I want to do another one. But it is too late. So
yes, we do have to wrap up. I think that's fair. Okay. I suppose the only other thing we should go around to the horn here and do is just if you have anything to plug, Dana, we'd love to give you this floor now to plug.
When does this come out?
This will be coming out on, give me a second, and I will tell you when I pull up my calendar.
It doesn't matter. I'm sure it'll be before November 24th. Tim and I, my husband and I, were doing our double act show at Comedy Bar on Danforth, and that is on November 24th. It's Dana and Tim I forget what the name of it is, but it's Comedy Bar on Danforth, the new one, and come and check it out on November 24th. And also check out my podcast, Hunks Comedy. House
Wicked.
podcast.
Yeah. So if you're in Toronto, go check out Dana and Tim live, or if you're not in Toronto, check them out on the podcast world, because if you're listening to this or watching this, then you already like podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe that's all we have to say. Isn't that right, T?
That is right, Kay.
Fuck, man, you really... This is how it's going to end then?
This is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a K.
Thanks for coming on Oops All Segments, Dana.
Thanks, Dana.
Thank you. You owe me money.
Oh, shit.
Right, I forgot to ask for money. Oh, no.